Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps to listen for the inaugural address. What a great honor to be able to introduce.
Keenan Basik lost virtually everything because of a lie. His job, his relationship and his dignity. He spent 2 weeks in prison, helpless, as his name was dragged through the mud.
Never been jail, never had criminal record, nothing, It was terrible, Especially when, you're not innocent, you're not supposed to be there.
Today, on his birthday, he was gifted freedom.
It wasn't until we pressed the police to investigate the matter further that they did, and they in fact prosecuted the alleged victim for lying.
Caitlin Gray claimed Basik indecently assaulted her moments after this hug. He had just helped fix her car.
I always help people, all my life, and this is the first time that snake bites me.
All charges against Basik were withdrawn today. Now it's his accuser who is facing charges for contempt of court, fabricating evidence and lying to police. 7 News understands the turning point for Basik came during Gray's latest police interview. When she was questioned by detectives, she broke down and admitted she made everything up.
Justice has been served and we're very happy with the outcome.
As Basik begins to rebuild his life, there is one thing he will change.
Probably never have help again, because I don't want that to happen again.
Tom Saker, 7 News.
Here's this, right? All I did was go into the office of my apartment development, right? And they refused to give me the form. I'll talk about that in a minute. This guy walked into the office when I was there, and now here he is parked out here, right? Stop stalking me, right? Don't ever stalk me again.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
About what?
Don't ever stalk me again.
Who's stalking you about
you. Laugh some more. Do it.
You're crazy.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Say to the camera that you're not stalking me.
I am not stalking you. I don't even know who you are.
Is that right?
That's right.
You want to give your name?
I do not need to. You want to give me yours? You want to give me yours? Yeah, I didn't think so. I have no idea who you are, lady. So, you're dreaming. You think I'm stalking you. Good luck with that. Well,
keep talking, why don't you?
You're crazy.
I'm not going to disclose that information.
Let me give you some advice. When we're on a traffic stop, you are not legally allowed to walk up and interfere with our traffic stop. You can stand back and record as much as you want to. But if you interfere with a traffic stop again, I'm going to arrest you for interfering. Okay. Do you understand that? Don't ever interfere when one of my guys is on a traffic stop. Okay? My name is Sergeant Dave Ernst. I'm with the State Police Gang Task Force. All right? This is your last warning. If you ever walk up on one of my officers during a traffic stop, I will place you under arrest.
All right.
You good?
Yes.
All right. You're free to go.
Okay.
Did you want to talk to us?
Am I being detained? What?
No, you were never detained.
Okay.
Ever.
Is that person being detained?
He wasn't
none of your business. It's none of your business.
I think it is my business.
How is it your business?
Because I'm a human being and I...
You have no interest in that traffic stop whatsoever. It's none of your business.
There is a lot of racial profiling in this town.
Oh, shut up with that crap.
Okay.
There's a lot of idiots.
Officer?
Yep.
Go, just go. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
No, I can stand and talk anytime I want to.
Go ahead. Ready to protect yourself.
Excuse me?
We have a live video going right now.
I'm talking about racial profiling. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who's being racially profiled?
That individual.
For being in a gang?
For what?
Exactly. Just being brown.
For being brown.
Yes.
Exactly. Wow. You are about as ignorant as I've ever met.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my goodness.
You're the one who's making these things happen,
Oh
sir.
my God.
Yes.
You guys, go do something else. Go have fun. Go do something. It's Friday night, man. Don't be such an idiot. Stupid people. Put that on the website for a moment.
Hotheads.
Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women.
The sacrilege occurred on February 23rd as Catholics were peacefully praying the rosary on the public sidewalk to oppose a transgender drag queen story hour for children held inside the bookstore Indy Reads Books in Indianapolis, Indiana. It wasn't long before pro-homosexual activists showed up with rainbow flags to heckle and blaspheme. Police officers kindly asked them not to interfere, but it didn't work.
Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Police! Police! Police!
Arrest her!
Oh, Mary, full of grace. Yeah.
Suddenly, without any warning, a pro-transgender woman attacked the statue of Our Lady of Fatima and tried to carry it away. When one of the pro-family Catholics intervened, she threw the statue on the ground. The statue was severely damaged, and the crown of the Virgin Mary was also broken by the desecration. Fortunately, the attacker was arrested while she screamed, insisting that she didn't know what a statue was.
I have 3 men around me. Get off of me. You are hurting me. My hands hurt. I don't know what a statue is. I don't know what a statue is. Excuse me. You just hit me. You just hit me. You just hit me. You just need me in the Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Don't hurt him. Get off of me.
Clearly, those who yell tolerance are not willing to tolerate moral values or the innocence of children. They refuse to respect God and His Holy Mother. Why are small children being forced to hear gender-fluid stories? And what goes on at a drag queen story hour?
Because he made everybody friends. The end.
This footage was taken at a story hour held at Exeter Community Library in Reading, Pennsylvania. A male performer, dressed up as a woman in a blue princess dress, read books that conditioned children to accept the transgender ideology. His falsetto voice and mannerism was disturbing.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
TFP Student Action volunteers joined local pro-family advocates in prayer. They held signs near the entrance of the library, while pro-homosexual activists clapped and cheered each time a child was brought in to be educated in transgenderism. Dozens of young children attended. Some were too young to even walk or talk. Adults without children were also present to support the event.
Thank you so much for coming out in support, and I will let the fabulous Nathaniel take it over.
Multiple children were dressed in rainbow clothing, and some were ushered in by same-sex couples. This pro-transgender event was one of many sponsored at libraries nationwide.
And the burping!
The goal of the program is clear. As one drag queen said at a city council meeting in Lafayette, Louisiana, this is going to be the grooming of the next generation.
And for the children and the people that support it are going to realize that this is going to be the grooming of the next generation. The grooming of the next generation.
Little children are being exposed to sin, and adults are forcing their sinful lifestyle on children. In our twisted culture, libraries are now facilitating the corruption of minors. We must defend the children. We must protect their innocence. As our Lord said, "But he that shall scandalize one of these little ones that believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone should be hanged about his neck, and that he should be drowned in the depths of the sea." Please click below to sign your peaceful protest to the American Library Association. Help us stop the Drag Queen Story Hour program today. Thank you for fighting the good fight. God bless.
So this white woman, right? So what you want to say? You feel uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable because young black people. You feel uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable because young black people are speaking. That's what you need to do. So calm down with that white privilege.
How does identifying my race make me better than you?
How you doing?
How does identifying
White
my
people
race
feel
make me
uncomfortable when black people speak up.
What's yours?
What's up? What up? What up? What up? She mad? She mad because the
You play the race card.
that's what all white racist people do. Ain't that funny?
You're inferior.
You're inferior.
Is that not what you said?
He's inferior because he's black.
Who else is hearing that? Is this just me? She just said he's inferior because he's black. But he's the problem, right?
She yelling at people because it's a crowded bus.
Is black. First of all, you should have mind your fucking business.
No, you talking to my sister. You talking to my sister. So I'ma have her back. I'ma have her back. You yelling at her for no reason.
Here we go.
All right.
Get the violin
So you're
now.
welcome. You're welcome.
You going on Facebook, girl. You going on Tumblr, girl.
Who said that?
You going on Tumblr, okay? You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna enjoy this, okay? Okay? You enjoy it. It's gonna be funny as hell. What's your name? What's your name?
Fuck you is my name. That's
Fuck you?
my name.
Okay, I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna put fuck you on Facebook.
Ugly black man.
Okay.
You are ugly. They look
She's so mad right now. Oh my God. White people
not
are so
mad, I'm
uncomfortable when we're happy.
You know, I tell you, that's all you know is your freaking camera.
Yeah, that's why we got it.
That's why you wait for the cops and you're right there.
You see that? You see it? You see it? Just wait. Just keep going. Just keep going. I could have turned it off, but she keep talking about it.
Keep going. What's that gonna do?
You're gonna go all over the internet, sweetheart.
Do you even know how to work your phone?
Yeah, you're old lad. What you doing? What type of phone is that? What is that shit? Yo, that bum ass phone.
College, right?
Of course I'm going to college. Of course I'm going to college. You know how many black people are in college?
If you were in college,
Oh my gosh.
sweetheart, you would be more presentable. And not
Presentable?
act like a
Yo,
fool.
presentable.
Okay?
Let me show you
Don't
something.
tell me shit.
You're gonna go all over.
On a white woman? What kind of a man are you?
Oh my God! I just can't wait for the N-word to slip. I just can't wait.
No respect.
She feel uncomfortable.
I think your melanin looks great.
Girl, stop playing melanin popping now. You know what I'm saying? Look. She thought she could yell at my sister. She thought this black man wouldn't have his sister back. Like, who are you yelling at? Look at that.
You on. Hello, let me fix my hair.
Ooh, God
at least
damn.
I have hair to fix.
Oh, you heard that? At least I have hair to fix.
That's a racist thing,
Oh
right?
shit! At least I have hair. She talking about good hair. We see that. I told you. That's what we get out of everything. Right.
That's right.
We get out of prison too, right? Okay.
I was in prison.
You was in prison. I'm sure. I'm sure. This ain't Emmett Till, girl. You got it twisted. Okay. She's gonna see it. I'm waiting for the N-word. What? And we're not gonna do nothing when the N-word slips up because that's what they want us to do.
Just said that black people were inferior.
She said black people are inferior. She said you guys don't have good hair.
You know what?
She's mad.
You're fucking harassing me.
What you gonna do? Call the cops?
Because I'd love to slap that camera out of your hand. Play the black card all the time. Don't you have anything else?
I'm about to get a
Bus
degree.
driver? Well, you ain't getting nowhere with that degree.
All you ever do is complain.
Okay guys, sorry it's been such a long time since I've made a video. I've just been recuperating after having Ashley here. As you can see, like, I'm still pulling my hair out from it, and it's really hard to go out in public. She ruined my life. And then she goes on YouTube and writes and says all these mean things. It's not right. So, in retort, in defense of myself and my city, I offer these 10 reasons why Ashley's a total bitch. Reason number 1. She says I'm a freak because I eat lemons whole. That's totally wrong. I eat lemons 1/2 at a time. Oh, that's so good. Reason number 2. Maybe if she wasn't so sick and didn't leave the house the entire time, she'd be able to go out and experience actual New York pizza, so she wouldn't have this delusion that Chicago-style pizza is better than New York. Seriously. Crazy. Reason number 3. She has the tiniest boobies you've ever seen. I don't know if you guys saw this in my other video, but like seriously, like, okay. That's okay. But like, I don't know, it's like not even this big. Half a lemon. She's not even half a lemon yet. Whose boobs are better? Well, yours. Well, thank you. Reason number 4. She expected us to wait on her hand and foot the entire time she was sick. This couch right here. My couch. She laid on it 2 days straight. Didn't get out of bed. But she's so sick. Oh. Which brings me to reason number 5, is she was constantly complaining about everything. Oh, this bar is too much of a hipster bar. These drinks are too hipster for me. Oh, I got too drunk. Oh, I fell down and scraped my groin. Oh, I'm so sick. Constantly complaining. Reason number 6. She has absolutely no moral compass when she's drunk. Reason number 7. She complains about going to things like hipster bars and having hipster drinks when she's the one who is getting her master's degree in philosophy. You serious? Reason number 8. She didn't even clean the sheets. She left my house a huge wreck. Huge, thick, gross mess. After we'd waited on her hand and foot for days. Reason number 9. Did I mention that she complains a lot? And reason number 10. The final reason why Ashley is a huge, huge, huge bitch. She doesn't know when to say no to boys. I hope Mike's watching. Bye, guys. P.S. Haha, you left your pajama shirt here. You're not getting it back.
Oh my god, that was so funny!
This guy was not as nice as he looks.
Hi.
I've been running into a group of protesters the last few weeks on the trail here. Seems like they like to come out on Tuesdays. And if you drive by them, you see them smiling, they seem nice. But you try talking to them and they're kind of rude. They don't want to deal with you. I mean, if they have something to say, why not share it on camera? But no.
So I'm riding my bike and these protesters are here out on the streets, and I asked them nicely, what do you guys, would you like an interview? And immediately I noticed a lot of hostility. They said no. I said, well, I can help you guys propagate your message online. They're like, no, that's okay. Well, then what's the point of protesting and getting on the street trying to convey a message, but you won't receive any help or accept any interviews? They asked me in a hostile way, who are you? I say, I'm Peter, nice to meet you. I extend my hand and I'm not extended their hand, not greeted properly, and they're here every week. So we'll see how long this goes for.
Yeah, this guy was a tool. No handshake. Turned down an interview. Don't blame him, but at least be nice.
racism.
Okay.
So we're sitting here telling you that you are being racist. You are being offensive. You admitted that you hurt us. Why can't you say sorry?
That has been my biggest reaction from this email, is that you're not listening. It is no longer a safe space for me. And I find that incredibly depressing, because I feel that in your role as master and associate master, after sending that email and after not having an appropriate response, that our opinion has been dismissed. That you guys have not said, I hear you, I hear that you are hurting, and I am sorry that I have caused you to feel pain. I have not heard that from you, and I have not heard that from your wife. And that is what I want to hear. I don't want to hear any more defensive terms, because it's not fair to us.
Shut the fuck up!
The moral of Michaela's comment just now, the moral of the story is that she wants an apology, yet you respond not with an apology. I still think that the phrase hurt feelings
Okay, tell me the phrase you want me to use, I'll use it.
I don't know, was an expression of racism.
I won't agree the statement was racist. 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 I want to make sure.
I understand, like, what is the issue?
Can I say?
Fuck you, bitch! Shut the fuck up, bitch! Back the fuck up!
Let us define our
If I cannot,
let us tell you if you're being racist.
Okay, no.
Actually,
Hold on,
that is actually how it works.
1 second. If I smile, it's seeming like I'm dismissing. If
I honestly,
so I'm trying. No, I want you to own the fact, all of you, to own the fact that it's very easy to take something I say and misinterpret it. Okay? That's part of it. So I'm trying very hard to talk to you, to show you the kind of person that I am. Let me say something else. So I have a vision of us as people, as human beings.
Yes.
That actually privileges our common humanity. That is interested not in what is different among us, but what is the same. Okay? And so we all have the capacity, I believe.
Okay, so
let me finish one sentence. I believe, even though I have a different life experience than you, even though I have a different skin color and gender than you, I believe there are parts of your experience that I can understand as a human being.
That's not what this is about.
Hold on, one idea at a time. One idea at a time. If you want to just look for reasons to either to think ill of me, you are free to do so. But if you'd like to, I understand you think ill of me. But if you want to hear what I have to say, and you want to actually, act in a way that is like people who are interested in a conversation, then let me at least address as a human being one thing at a time. Don't act like a mob that's trying to get into different things. Like I was just saying, I have a vision of ourselves that unites our common humanity. Okay? So I believe, even though I'm not like you in the sense of my superficial appearance, that I can sit down and talk to you and understand your predicament.
I am sick looking at you. I am disgusted watching Lex argue with you. You were not listening. You were disgusting.
Right now. Look at me.
Yes.
Look at me.
Yes.
Do you understand? You and I are not the same person. We're humans. Great. Glad we understand that. But your experiences will never connect to mine. Empathy is not necessary for you to understand that you're wrong. Okay? Even if you don't feel what I feel ever, even if nobody's ever been racist to you, because they can't be racist to you, because they can't be racist to you, because they can't be racist to you,
because they can't be racist to you,
that doesn't mean that you can just act like you're not being racist.
My mommy said she wishes you were dead.
Well, I don't want to ignore her, by the way, so now the other guys are taking over. I want to come back to you.
You don't need to maintain the power in this situation.
Right.
I was very close and I was shaking your hand, but I need you to understand the situation right now does not require you to smile.
Why do you care so much?
I'm apologizing again. She says to me,
I don't want to use the word pain.
No, pain. I'm sorry I caused you pain. Yes, yes, thank you.
What you did was create space for violence to happen.
That I disagree with. That I disagree. I disagree.
It's not a debate. It's
that
not
I disagree with.
This is my home, and you came in here. You adapt to me.
And regardless of what we said, it hurt. I don't want this to come across as the wrong way, but it hurt your feelings and many people's feelings.
Okay,
but the feelings, you can argue the word. I don't want to offend you by suggesting the wrong word. I know it's more than your feelings, okay?
And you cannot come in here and change things. This has been our home. Do you understand that? Understand the concept of gaslighting, because that is what you are doing.
You strip people of their humanity. It is not the same as not playing an instrument.
No, I'm making an analogy.
If you have created space for violence,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
You don't get a choice here.
I disagree that I've fostered violence. I disagree with that statement.
I do not respect you.
I don't hear that.
I'm looking at the smirk in your face and I'm disgusted. Now I am actually angry, sir. I really, do not interrupt me. I was not angry, and now I want your job to be taken from you, okay? Understand that. Look me in my face, first of all, and understand that you are such a disappointment to this university, to your students, to yourself, to the things that you claim to agree with. You are I can live my life knowing that you are going to be the disgusting man you were 20 seconds ago, a minute ago, 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, a week ago, and onward.
No, I don't agree with that.
Then why the fuck did you accept the position?
Because
Who
I have
the fuck hired you?
I have a different
You
vision
should
than you.
step down. If that is what you think about being a master, you should step down. It is not about creating an intellectual space. It is not. Do you understand that? It's about creating a home here. You are not doing that.
You're supposed to be our advocate.
You should be at the event last night when you hear a Franco say that she doesn't know how to create a safe space for her freshmen in Silliman. How do you explain that? These freshmen come here, they think this is what Yale is? Freshmen come here, they think this is what Yale is? 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 This is what Yale is?
Well, that's about enough light for me for one day. Let me check the time. Yeah, it's about that time.
I want to go talk to Peterson. Peterson, do you have any comments on the Nazi presence at your protest? The presence of Nazis and white supremacists assaulting people at your protest. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I don't like Nazis.
Then why are you?
Why were they here? Well, how can I answer
Are there views in alignment with yours? At some point, you have to realize.
That's a foolish question. Look, if you want to know what my views are,
I've watched all of your videos. Yes.
including
Yes, I have.
Then why would you ask such a question?
Because this is my interpretation of your videos.
Apparently,
all of the people who arranged the protest against you watched all of your videos.
It's like, do you want to disavow? I have 150 videos on YouTube.
No, your lectures, which sparked the debate.
Okay. Do you want to disavow the support? Could you let me talk to her for a moment?
Don't call me that, please. Don't call me that, please.
Don't call me that.
So, I have 150 lectures on YouTube. There's 500 hours of my views.
Do you really think that you're worth all of that time?
So look, I will answer your question, okay? I've studied Nazism for a very long time. It's been 4 decades, and I understand it very well. And I can tell you that there's some awful people lurking in the corners, and they're ready to come out. And if the radical left keeps pushing the way
that sounds very much like a
they're
threat.
going to come.
That sounds very much like a threat. That sounds very much like a threat. Would you like to disavow the physical violence? Trans people were physically assaulted at this rally in your name. Would you like to disavow that violence?
Yes.
So you wish that didn't happen, and you want to, and I'm going to post this online that you would like people to not to be more accommodating of trans people and people of color at your events in future.
I would like there to be no violence.
I'm a person of color, and I felt very accommodating here. I felt like my voice. Thank you very much.
I'm also a former Muslim, and I feel like this guy is the best.
You wanted to disavow. You wanted to disavow, and this is the disavowal. I am not an advocate of violence. I'm speaking out the way I'm speaking out because I think this is a route to no violence. And violence is lurking. And you can say that that sounds like a threat.
There was no violence at our protest, though. There was violence at your protest. So what does that say about our views?
It's not my protest. You know, asking me continually freighted questions isn't very helpful if you actually want to have a dialogue. You have no idea if I'm your enemy. You have no idea about me.
You won't use my pronouns, so I'm pretty sure you're my enemy, yes.
Yeah, well, I know you think that, but I don't believe that using your pronouns is going to do you any good in the long run. I think it'll do quite the contrary.
What the?
Is that your medical opinion?
What, is that your medical opinion? Like, you are aware that non-binary people are valid in the American Psychological Association.
Is that your opinion?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's about non-binary pronouns.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I'm
saying that that's what I'm about.
Were you there when I spoke?
Yes.
I've been here for this whole thing. Okay, well, I don't know that. It's a genuine question. Look, I think that's what's happening is that we're pushing over a line we shouldn't cross. The newest legislation is requiring people to use.
But you are aware that that's being put in place so that we can't get fired. We need to be written into the Canada human rights legislation, or we can be fired for our gender identity. Well, then why'd you make a fucking video about it? I've been denied housing as a trans person. These rights would protect me.
Denied housing?
I've been denied housing.
From the state or for the open market? So have you been denied housing, like, from the government?
It's illegal either way if we had human rights.
From the government? Or have you tried to get a house like everybody else and they said no? you're weird, you can't work. No, if the state has done that, that's a problem.
They said,
but if someone doesn't want to live with you, that's their right.
They said, no, you're trans.
Really not sure how you
so no, if I had human rights, that wouldn't have fucking happened.
You're weird. I don't want to live with schizophrenic
As far as
people.
I'm
I don't want to live
concerned,
with people with
that's a
bipolar.
terrible thing. It's too bad that that's happened.
So you don't want us to, but you don't want us to have protections in the human rights bill that will allow me to have employment, allow me to have housing security, allow me to have medical care. That's what this is about. It's not about infringing on your rights or making you learn a new fucking pronoun.
I don't think that's what it's about. What evidence do you have that attempting to transform the way that people use pronouns is going to produce a positive effect on
Because
society?
are you aware that there is a trans boy who killed himself in psychiatric care recently because he was continuously being misgendered by his care workers?
And that is my precise problem.
And there have been multiple recorded instances of trans people killing themselves because they are not being integrated into society. We are not looking for special treatment. We are looking to be able to integrate ourselves into society. And if you refuse to refer to us by our pronouns, which is not allowed to ask, singular they pronouns go all the way back to Shakespeare. It's not a new thing. If you refuse to let us integrate ourselves into society, you create alienation that results in suicide. We are in a suicide epidemic right now. What are you contributing to this as a psychologist?
Listen to me. Ding dong. Your opinion's wrong.
Man, you know, you're almost impossible to talk to. You're so full of rhetoric that it's impossible to listen to you. I would be more than happy to listen to you.
Yeah,
really. I was devoid of rhetoric. And yes, actually, I don't really think I am a rhetorician. Just so you know that. And you know, like, it's very hard to listen to you. I mean, it's very hard to attend to you
because
you rattle on in with your ideological speech.
It's not ideological. It's personal. That's what
It's not personal. You haven't said a personal thing.
I'm talking about something that affects my community.
You are so full of shit.